How long had it been since I left Charles's place? Seemed like forever. I kept walking for the promise of getting to see Eureka. But now, I couldn't get myself to even walk. And I was beginning to lose sight of the reason why I kept on walking. Sis, maybe I...
Nirvash, do you feel lonely when nobody is aboard? Do you feel a gaping hole right here in your heart? Please, say something to me.
So, you've come too. Are you surprised? You were laying out there unconscious, so I just brought you back to the house. I tell you, you surprised me too. I was looking at a person collapse there of all places. I thought that this was an area that nobody would ever come. At first, I thought it was something like an optical illusion, or a ghost that the trappers were showing me.
The person that saved me seemed like he was very kind, but he was also very talkative.
Am I being too talkative? My name is William B. Baxter, but you can call me Will. Oh, and please don't ask me what my middle initial B stands for. It's an embarrassing name that my dad picked when he was drunk.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, don't try to say anything. That was my fault. Oh, no! I forgot that you'd probably be both hungry and thirsty after being out like that. I'm really sorry. I'll bring you some soup right away. Here, you better drink it slow. You don't want to choke on it.
it was only a spoonful of soup, but that spoonful was more delicious than anything I'd ever eaten in my life.
Do you like how it tastes? I'm sure that you're really hungry, and that you feel like you could eat an entire horse from head to tail in one bite. But don't force yourself. You are showing signs of dehydration. So for now, you better eat just the soup.
Thanks a lot, you're kind.
No, I'm the one who really ought to be thanking you. I'm happy that you came here, no matter what the circumstances. Because I didn't have anyone to talk to around this place, other than Martha. Oh, I haven't introduced you yet. My wife, Martha.
Desperation disease.
Martha, this is...
Renton. My name's Renton Thurston.
Renton Thurston. Martha, we finally have a visitor. Excited? Martha, you're embarrassing me in front of our nice guest. I understand that you're hungry, dear, but Renton here hasn't quite finished his meal yet. And then, of course, I have to entertain him, too. Martha, please be understanding.
Look, I'll be just fine, really.
I don't know, Renton.
I'll be all right by myself now, if it's just soup.
I'm sorry. It's tough when you have a very demanding woman as your wife. I'm kidding, so don't be mad at me, okay? Hey, how about some soup? Sorry about all this.
Sure.
It's pumpkin soup, your favorite. Come now, you know you have terrible table manners. But in a tattered house like this, manners mean nothing.
The damn state army's blocked this line as well. I wonder what's going on today.
Pain was running through my entire body, but thanks to the little bit of sleep I got, I was able to move around. 2 beds, 2 cups, 2 plates, 2 chairs. It was a house that had 2 of everything. I don't think she's breathing. Is everyone who has desperation disease like this?
Be careful! I planted my potatoes there! And carrots over there! And there! I forgot what I planted there. Anyway, be careful not to step on the crops.
I have no idea where anything is planted!
Well, you can see my footsteps, can't you? Just try and follow them over here.
The grass is so thick I can't see him!
I guess I have no choice. You think it's all right for you to be up so soon?
Yeah, I'm okay, Mr. William.
Hey, I said that you should just call me Will, didn't I?
Well then, Will, I really want to thank you very much for saving my life.
No thanks required. Besides, if you're going to say thanks, you should say it to Martha. She was the one who told me that you had collapsed and exactly where I would find you.
Huh? How did she...
Well, we should probably eat soon.
Will, can I ask you something? I was wondering what you were doing over there.
I was pulling out the pile bunkers.
What? But how do you do that? They're all so gigantic.
Oh, it's nothing. You cast a small hocus-pocus spell.
Huh? Pulling them out causes something serious, doesn't it? Isn't this whole area stable because so many of them can be found here plunged into the ground?
No, you're wrong. It's the opposite.
What was that?
See? It doesn't even shake one bit here.
But how's that? I mean, when you pull them out, the result is a huge tectonic shift. And then it, that's right. It swallows up an entire tower before it's through.
Take a look at that tree. What do you think happens when the wind blows?
Huh?
What would happen if the wind blows?
Well, it would sway, of course.
What would happen if a stronger wind were to blow? Or a wind that was even stronger than that?
It would sway more and more. And in the end, it would fall down.
Good, you understand it well. It's the same thing as that. If you fight the force of the world with force, someday you will fall. Even the towers that are stable now, thanks to the pile bunkers, can't fight against the force of the world.
That's true.
Now, when that wind blows strong enough to make that big tree there fall down, what do you think happens to the grass?
The grass will most likely fall too.
That's right. It will fall over. But it'll rise again given a few days. I tell you, this land is a lot like the grass. I want you to breathe in. What? You've never breathed in before?
Of course I have.
Then just breathe in.
The wind that I breathed in was sweet, full of the smell of the grass.
You see? You know, the wind can teach you more things than all of the words I could possibly line up for you. But be careful. Breathing in means that you're that much closer to death. You know, Renton, I think people shouldn't use up any more energy than is provided by the sun that shines on us. See, the problem is that when you try to use up any more than that, you end up digging for scuds in order to drain energy from them, or building enormous towers. You don't have to do that. People can survive just fine on what little land is given to them.
But there are times when the crops don't grow, right?
There are, but not so bad that you die of hunger or anything. You see, this world is giving us permission to live here.
A beautiful foxy woman and a guy that looks like a raccoon? It can't be Ray and Charles, can it? State Army has got this line blocked too. If this line here and this one here are both blocked. Damn it! This is no time to look for Renton!
Watching them was hard on me, and I was nothing more than an observer. Hey, Will?
Yes, Renton?
I don't want to say this, but Martha has desperation disease.
No, she doesn't.
But Will...
Renton, do you know why people call it desperation disease? It's called that because people around the patients, not the patients themselves, fall into despair. And since I haven't fallen into despair, this can't possibly be desperation disease.
But that's nothing more than a silly play on words.
Listen to me, Renton. Years ago, I made a promise to Martha. I promised that I would show her the place where I was born. I told her that she should throw away that thing, but because she was an engineer, she couldn't bring herself to do it. You know, I really wish that I could show you how it was that she walked. It was truly beautiful. But then, we arrived at my birthplace to discover that it had become a wasteland. But Martha was captivated by the place. And so I built a house here. And did everything just like Martha told me to. I cultivated, planted flowers, and built a life. That's all there is to it.
But isn't it difficult for you?
Difficult? Why do you think that? Nothing's difficult when you love each other. So much so that the angels are jealous. So, do you have someone? A person that you want to be with, even if the world were to come to an end? So, do you have someone?
I do.
Great. I think that's a good thing.
All right, I really have to go now.
You should. You have a solemn promise to fulfill as well, don't you?
Yes. Is there a place called Girnis anywhere close to here?
Mm-hmm. It's not too far. You'll have no problems. But she won't necessarily be there just waiting for you. Even so, will you go?
Yes.
Seems like a good boy.
Eureka, please wait for me.
Renton. A bulletin from the State Army. The hunting dogs have been put into place, and it's time to corner the fox. We're doing it?
Yeah. I made an unbreakable promise to Renton.
Sometimes you're so cruel, Charles. I love it.
I'm going to go back to the gecko. I'm going to see Eureka. To be continued.
The unavoidable battle between those that cannot accept each other. The hearts of the boy and the girl seeking one another create a rainbow-colored miracle. Next episode, Morning Glory.
Fly away, fly